Hello everyone, it's Sue from Scrappy Doo Sue. Today I'm going to be doing episode 5. I think it's episode 5. Let's have a look at my sheet. No, episode 4 actually, of the Margarete Miller 52-week collage challenge. Hashtag CW Planner. So this was week 1, week 2, week 3, and I made one of the items on the list was a thing, so I made a hidden paper clip to go at the top there, and I'm just going to take that off because I want to go on and use the next page, which is week 4. So as you may or may not be aware, the challenge involves a series, 52 weeks of 5 prompts each week, including a bonus, which is in addition. So this time it is numbers, graph paper or lined paper, an art scrap, a book page or portion of a book page, an old sticky note, or the bonus is instructions. Now, I don't have an old sticky note. I do use them. I use them at work. I have got some at home here, but they're too modern. I don't really particularly like using them, and the ones I've got have got advertising on. I don't really want to use those, so I'm going to substitute an old sticky note for the instructions. So let's begin. So I only started this month. No, last month, because it's the 1st of May today. Happy 1st of May. I started in April, so I've got a few to catch up with. So I am trying to do at least 2 a week, if not more, if I have time. So what I've got is, for my numbers, I've got these sort of numbers here. I've got a few of those. I've got a sheet with numbers on from a 12 by 12 scrap pad. I have old book page. This is an old book on gardening. It's called The Oxford Book of Garden Flowers here, and it's lovely. I bought it in a charity shop. It was published first of all in 1963, so it's getting on a bit, but it's not old, but it is beautiful. So I took a page out of that, and I love pansies, absolutely love them. So that's my book page. My instructions, I have instructions on how to knit gloves. This is an old, a reproduction of an old knitting pattern. I have some graph paper, which I coffee dyed actually, amazingly. That didn't turn out too badly. And what else do I need? I've got numbers, graph paper, and art book page, instructions, and my art scrap is I've been experimenting with my jelly plate. I had my jelly plate now for about a year. I bought it brand new second hand on Facebook Marketplace for about £10. And I've had my set of acrylic paints, and I've never got them out until recently. I just had a inkling to do it. I suppose sometimes you have to do these things when you are in the right frame of mind, and I really like how this turned out, because I did put a stencil, so you can see a bit of the stencil, and I really like this. This is on sketch pad paper, so it's really nice paper. And it is a sort of an ivory colour. So I'm going to cut a piece of this out. So I really like that. So that's my own art. Okay, so let's get going. So the first thing I always do, because I'm using my old unused A5 notebook, which is all white lined paper, but it doesn't matter. You can use whatever you want. You can even use, and I have seen somebody using one, and I thought it was an excellent idea, an old book, and just use the old book pages and collage over those. And I thought that was a fantastic idea. So I'm hoping there's going to be a new challenge after this one. because I so love doing it. You know, I'm not brilliant at it, but I do like doing it. So it gives me great joy. So I'm going to continue. So I've just inked around the edges to just get rid of that glaring white. And I don't think I need to collage the background with anything really in particular, because I've got all of these things to fit in. So I think what we'll do is we'll start by putting down some of this book page. I'll just move the book out of the way and get my tear ruler out. And now this is going to be difficult for me to tear up because I do like it so much. So let me see, I'm going to tear it here and maybe at an angle this way round, so that I have already torn that large pansy. So we'll just carry on, I think. Just tear into that like so. Take off these edges here. This is very thick paper. Right, back to one side because we might use another piece of that soon. Right, let's ink round this. I wanted something, I chose a book page that was really colourful because I'm conscious of the fact that I seem to be collaging in a lots of beiges, browns and sort of really dark colours. So I'm just get my sticking book out and just go over that a little bit over the top like so, very lightly, just to give that a bit of a less of a, it's not white paper, but I just wanted to make it a little bit older looking. Okay, I think that will be fine. So let's see where we might want that on the page. So I mean, I quite like that as a focal point, but we could maybe put that up there. Let's think about that. Now the art scrap, I think I shall just take a quarter-ish of it, like so. And I may, do I leave those on? I think that's a nice bit of interest, that tab at the top. I used to do a lot of, well, I say a lot, I used to go to an art class years ago. I love watercolours. I can't say I'm an expert, but I absolutely loved using watercolours. And I used to go to one in a local town. It was quite a few years ago now, before I was a single mum and it was more difficult for me to do anything. You know, when you've got children, you can't afford babysitters all the time. Just thinking, do I want to just tear down that? Just going to see if I can just tear that very edge off. I do it with my fingers. Yeah, so all my art stuff is actually up in our loft because I haven't used it for years. And so it's quite nice to have a little go at art again. I mean, this is jelly plate printing. It's very dirty. Well, I got a bit of a pickle. So I don't want that too close to that, because that's, funnily enough, the colours do seem to right, where's Arthur's paperweight? My grandson made that for me when he was, oh gosh, he was only about 2, and I love it. Right, so that's that and that. Now we want some graph paper, so we might use this as kind of 2 things, background and so let's move that out of the way a minute. We don't want all of this. So we've got the instructions as well to fit on. but we're only going to use a portion of those, I think. So let's rip this down here, like so. Hope everybody is okay. We've got a bank holiday weekend this weekend, which should be lovely. Have a nice break. Might as well take this edge off while I'm at it. So let's see. Move those out of the way. Bring this back. Now, do we use that? Have maybe that there. Have this down here. Like so. It might be nice. Let's have a look at these instructions. So, I think we'll have the top part of them. It does get your brain working, this challenge, because you have to hunt around for things to start with. Obviously don't go to a massive amount of trouble. You know, everyone's got something in there at home to use that they can use for different things, and it's interesting to see what's on the list of prompts for the following week. You know, I do tend to look in advance. So let's take this edge off here. I'm trying to keep the integrity of these instructions if I can. Suppose we could have that there, up like that. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to I think I'm going to cut this down a bit more, and perhaps have that there and maybe that there, in which case I don't need all of that and it's such a waste to hide that under there. So have that there, and if I grubby this up, we can have this over here and our art paper down here. Perhaps we'll have it that way round. And let's think, let's put those on there for a minute. So the next thing we need are numbers. So I thought, let's cut something out that stands out. So I'm looking at this number 2. I rather favour that, so let's cut that out. I have to try and keep the other numbers if I can. It's been a nice day today. We've had a bit of rain. They do forecast rain over the bank holiday. The gardens could do with it though, I must say. So that's one good thing. We haven't had to water today. Or recently actually, because it rained recently too. So yeah, so I don't know if any of you are joining in with this challenge or not. I highly recommend it. I'll put the link to Margarete Miller's Etsy shop below. You can buy these prompts, the 52 weeks of prompts, quite easily. So maybe we'll put that there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. So I'm going to a bit more of this and ink that up. Hope you can all see me today. Slightly paranoid after the fiasco recently, so I think maybe we could have that there. We could have that there. And let's grubby up this and ink around the edges. Where's my glue book? Just going to go over it a bit more. It did print out on a sort of a dirty white paper. It was kind of vintage looking, but not vintage enough really for me. Anyway, not for this. I think this is partly my trouble. I'm making things look very brown and grubby looking. But I'm learning. I'm finding this very therapeutic. At the same time, I feel that I'm coming up with more ideas. So so that's better. So if we put that right, okay. So let's move that out of the way. Move this back. So I've got a vintage paper up there. I don't know why I called it that. Graph paper is the word I'm looking for. We can have this. Can have this here. I think that would be all right. And then maybe we'll have this. Oh, I've changed my mind. Maybe we'll have this. No, I wanted it here, like that. And I did rip that out, especially for there. And where do I want this now? I'm wondering whether to have it there. Whether that's too much, too many colours that are in that picture. So we want something that's going to really stand out. So what about number 11? That's my birthday, 11th of November. So 11 is a special number for me. Put that one away. We can always use it again. Or we could put it on here. We don't know. Get the bare bones of it down and then we'll see what we want to do. And that's rather nice. It's on a bit of a lacy background, that number 11. Now, I like that much better. So we've got that there and that there. I'm just checking you can see. Move it up a bit. And this here. And I might want a number here. But I don't want that one, I've decided. I want a long, thin one. Have we got a long, thin one on here that we could use? I can see a nice number 9. I can see a number 9 ticket. That would be nice with numbers on. Let's see what that looks like. Cut that out. And we've also got a nice number 1 here, which is on newspaper background. So I'm just going to cut that out. Move that away. And I quite like that edge there. Let's ink round this. I wanted to cover that up there, and then this number 1 would look, I think, would look nice down here, like this. And that's what I think I'm going to start with. So I don't think we can have a number 9 as well. I think maybe we'll leave number 9 for a moment, and we will. I'm going to see if I can roughen up the edges of this, excuse me, and use my tool. who invented these. I often wonder about pieces of equipment that we, you know, use. Let's ink that up now and see what that looks like. It's not completely straight, but I don't want it straight. I want it to look a bit, you know, grungy looking. So I'm going to ink the creases a bit, like so. And put that there. So that looks better. Right. Okay, so I've got that there. Now, let's get these down. We need our glue stick. Just moving the book out of the way just so that I can start gluing. So the two bottom pieces are these pieces of graph paper. So it would help if I open the glue stick properly. It's 1st of May, I can't believe it. Where has this year gone so far? Oh, we haven't inked round this. Actually, I'm going to do that quickly before I put it down, even though it's very sticky. What not to do. This is what I should call my videos. What not to do. Do not follow what I do. Right. Oof. Okay. So we are moving this out and this out. I don't seem to have a lot of room on my desk today, but it's exactly the same amount of room as I always have, so I don't quite. So if I move it onto that page in that format, and then I'm just going to get this down here, and I don't mind there being a bit of paper showing behind, so I do like that. That's very grungy looking, like so. And then the next piece, I'm going to put this other piece down in the corner. So I'm just gluing it. If I'm off camera, that's all I'm doing, is using the glue stick on my glue book, glue pages. And I wanted that there, so I like that nice ripped up edge, like so. And we're going to have this. I might just rip round this a bit, take some of this out. It's a bit square looking, I think. Don't know what you all think. Now I've got bits of paper sticking to me. Oh, I like that better. So, you know, there are no rules. It's as you, whatever you decide you want to do. And if you change your mind, you change your mind. That's perfectly fine. So now I know I've got a gap there, but we can fill that with something else. So I'm just, again, I'm just gluing this probably off camera. I'm not sure. Or may just about be able to see me. But it's boring. It's nothing interesting. So I'm going to have that there, like so. Have to come over a bit. I don't want it too near the centre of the page. Right. Okay. Now I'll leave the numbers until last. We know they're. So this is the next piece that's going on. And I quite like the fact that now that's over the top of these. Might lift that up, I think. Now I've decided I'd quite like it underneath there. You see what I mean? So I'd quite like it like that, right? So I'm just going to glue this, the back of this page. But it's easier to do than trying to take that off. and glue the back here, like so. Might need a bit more glue on that page now. Let's glue down this. I can always trim any overhanging bits, but I quite like those. And as this is only for me, this book, it's not for really for anyone else, I can really do what I want, can't I? I think if you tried it, you'd really enjoy it. Even if you don't, you know, do the series, you could make up your own glue book and stick all sorts in, and it's quite nice. And it's also nice, a good way of practicing your techniques, if my crafting can be called technical in any way, shape or form. So I'm just going to stick my piece of artwork on. I don't think it's directional. It says me that made it. But I'm going to put it on like that. I'm not going to rub it too much because I don't want to mess it up. So that's that. Now, where is my other number? It's here. Let's stick that down. It's all grungy. So we're going to have that there, like so. And we're going to have number 11. Up here, and I don't want to cover gloves. I want the gloves to show because you know, it is part of the 5 prompts, as they're called. So we have a book page, which is here. A portion of a book page, that is. We have numbers. We have 2 numbers on here. We have an art scrap, which is mine. We have instructions. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. And then what we do after that is entirely up to us. So I'm just thinking now, what can I put on here to add to this? I might, wondering whether to put a piece there. No, I think that's too much. So I've got a label I can put up there, which actually has got numbers on it. That would be quite nice. It can either go there or it could go here. Or here even. Well, I might have it down the bottom actually, quite like that. It's very quiet here today. I think a lot of people have gone out. We popped out this morning. I went to the charity shops to actually take some stuff. And we were only allowed to leave 2 bags down. So we had to go to more than one shop. As I think they've been inundated with charity stuff. People have been spending their lockdown clearing out, I think. I don't blame them. I think people have been looking for things to do, which is why, you know, garden, fence, paint and all that sort of thing, you couldn't get it for love nor money during lockdown. Yeah. Now I am thinking out loud about what else we can put on here. I mustn't keep saying Shout at me if you think I'm saying it. So I quite like a piece of that, but what to put on the top of it? So we don't want a flower because we've already got that. Butterfly would be nice. I wonder if I have any butterflies already cut out in here, or any Tim Holtz ones flying about. Now that's really nice. I like that. I I like that one. That's actually music paper. I might put that one on actually. Let's see. We put that on. What else have we got in here? All bits and bobs, all mixed up. I honestly need to take some time out and just have a massive clear up really, tidy up, because no, I like that one better, because when I use things, I just seem to put them down anywhere afterwards and think, oh, I'll tidy those away. I do tidy the desk because obviously I have to use it for work, but then I'm sort of piling things up all over the shop, you know, which is not good at all. I'm just waffling on really because I'm looking in here for something. We've got 3 and 5. I think you know, those will constitute too many numbers. That's my opinion. I've got a book plate I could cut out which says inspiration, which is quite nice. So you do need a bit of inspiration. Let's have a cut out of that and see what we think. Yeah, so I need to have a massive clear up. And when we had our bathroom done, oh gosh, over a month ago, we've only just got the cabinet, the bathroom cabinet that we need to put on the wall, and the old bathroom unit we had no longer fits in the bathroom, so that all that stuff has to be transferred over to the new cabinet. So that's in this room. You know, it always seems to me that there's piles of stuff in here that don't really belong, you know, and the charity stuff was in here, so I'm glad that's gone because that's freed up a bit of space. Now, where should we have that? We have that there. I like that colour. I like the fact that that stands out. This would need to be on something darker than that. So we need to find something to put that on that's darker. Okay, what about some tea bag? I've got a whole jar of tea bag stuff here. Empty tea bags. That would be nice to use. We only need half of a tea bag, really. Just take off that edge. Now I've got tea all over this book. Even though you take tea out, there always seems to be more tea when you come to use them. It's everywhere. So let me ink this up because I don't think it's been inked up. To me, a collage is looking at a page and seeing all sorts of things on it, you know. That's what I like, that background. So if we tear off this bit and put that back in the jar, let's get that down before we change our mind. Oh, the back's nice as well. Okay, we'll use that side now. I have to be very careful with this because they are fragile. I love recycling all of these things. Just going to put a bit of glue there as well. I really do like the thought of recycling. Now I don't want it like that. I want it moved over a bit, but not too far over the edge. So that's quite nice. Where did I put the butterfly? Oh, there he is. Okay. So he can sit there like that over the 11, and I'm going to put a bit of bling on him. I did put a bit of bling on the previous one. I hope that I'm not repeating myself. Where did I put my bling? I've only put a few bits in this box so far, but when I have a tidy up, I should put a bit more. Let's use one of these pearl flowers, shall we? You see, I've still got lots of things in the bags that they came in. And I think we'll need to use some 3-in-1 to stick this down. So just, and I've started a new bottle. This is the last bottle I have. So I may try something new when I finish this. Didn't want that to happen, but that's very, doesn't that make that butterfly stand out now? Let's put the jar back on there. No, not the jar back on there, the lid back on the jar. Okay, now I have to be careful because I've got my altered paper clip. So isn't it funny, I've got a butterfly this side and a butterfly this side now. And we're going to put this on, aren't we? So we've put him on some of that. I don't want to use that again for this. I want something a bit more see-through. So what I'll do is I will use the... This is the one that's sparkly. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Why don't we go mad and use some of this? I just need to find my scissors I use for material. These are lovely little scissors. Oh, I think that will be nice. So I am going to put that on there, up the right way, like that. Now I really like that. Okay, let's put that on next, and for that I'm going to use the Cosmic Shimmer, which is now permanently upside down in a pot. It is definitely coming to the end. So if I just do the back of this, but it's nice that it comes out straight away now, and I do want to kind of use it up. So, oh, bits of glitter coming off that. So I'm going to put that down on top. I'm just going to stand up for a second and make sure that's central. Well, there's not much of our knitting pattern left, but we know what it is. So that's there. Just going to now put a square there of that, like so. That's nice. Even if I do say so myself, I do like it. Now I'm just going to look at it a moment and see, in my opinion, is that balanced out or not? What to put there? We have got the instructions. I do normally cut them out. I do normally put them on. So I just quickly cut around them. I might not put them on this time. It is nice to know what you did. Why you did what you did. What was the reasoning behind it. But see, I could perhaps put them up there. Or I could put them there. Let me see, let's grungy those up now. Just move the book, bring in the glue book. really ink around the edge really darkly. Actually, what I might do is cut that out. Then I can cut some more of this out, make it smaller. So we will ink around those edges. I think my husband's watching a film or something, probably some detective murder thing. That's all he seems to watch are police programs, you know, the real life ones where they're arresting people and battering down their doors. He likes those. I don't mind Saturday, so you know, sometimes he has a hard week. He's got quite a strenuous job, so it's nice to be able to relax, isn't it? So I think we're just going to put that there, like that. Okay, before we change our mind, let's get it down. Just gluing the piece. I think that would be nice, like that. And then this little bit I'm going to put separately, so I can still have them on the page, but it's a little bit separate like that. Okay, right, so what do we think of that? I want the graph paper to show. I might put something there now. I'm thinking, why don't I just cut another piece of my artwork out and have a different piece, maybe just in the corner, maybe just a triangle of it. Would that look anything? No, doesn't even stand out. Now I've cut a triangle off there. No, that's not a good idea. What about, what else have we got? A little bit of music paper. Well, I have got some of these measuring tape. This is measuring tape. That might be nice to put a piece of that down there like that. Not all the way down, but perhaps we'll tear it off at 15 and we will ink it up. Tear that end off to match. I think the pollen is very high at the moment. I don't normally suffer. I'm going to put that down with art glitter. I don't normally suffer with terrible hay fever like some people. I do take over-the-counter allergy tablets, but just lately it's been really bad. So I don't know whether we've got more flora and fauna growing since lockdown, because I know that lots of places started to become more overgrown and come back to how they were, because there weren't people traipsing about all over them. So I like that there, and I'm wondering about whether we put another piece along here. Piece there maybe. We'll just put a little piece there on the end just to balance that out. Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's why my snuffliness is worse at the moment, because it's really not good. A lot of sinus, feel, you know, sinusy. That's my description of it, really. This is numbers as well. So now where did I say that we were going to put this? Here, I think. Just to balance that out. Where's my cloth? It's here. And I think I'm going to say that one's done. So there it is. See, hashtag CW planner number 4, week 4, numbers, graph paper, a piece of a book page, instructions, and an art scrap that I actually did myself. And there we have it. I really like the colours in that one. So if you look at the first page, I'm very tempted to draw around this frame and highlight it, which I think I may go back and do. Because that's the beauty of these. You can go back and you can actually, that sticker isn't sticking. You can actually, you know, add a couple of bits. Like this particular week, this was week 3, and this was handwriting. I used a bonus handwriting because I didn't have a closing tag, and it was an alphabet and also text in a different alphabet. So the handwriting was all of this. But then I thought, well, the text in a different alphabet, I've got a Latin stamp, so I'll stamp Latin over it. And I thought, I'll use red because I think that makes it pop. And I picked it up from here and the lines in this graph paper. But it didn't look nice. I just did not like it. Of course, I went mad and I stamped it all over there and I stamped it there. So then I found some Asian paper, book page, with Asian writing on. I don't know if that's Chinese or what it is, but it's very beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It fascinates me how they know how to write like that, you know. And so I stuck that over the top afterwards. So yeah, I was really pleased with that in the end. Now I can see that this is overhanging, and although I said I didn't mind, it's showing up white. So I'm just going to ink down there. I might cut it off at a later date, but we'll leave it for now. So that's that one. Okay, so that's me. Have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing. And if you're in the UK, we have this lovely long weekend. We have Bank Holiday Monday, so make the most of it, folks. Doesn't matter what the weather's like, you can still get out. Tomorrow we're going to meet my daughter Charlotte, who lives in Hampshire. We're going to meet them in Abingdon, which is halfway between the two of us. I'm going to meet them in the park outside because she hasn't had her jabs yet, and she Maisie is high risk because although she's only 18 months, has that rare genetic condition called CFC, and so we have to be very careful still. We're only supposed to have 6 people meeting, so it can be 1 or 2 households, so that we've met the criteria. And we're going to spend some time with them in the park tomorrow. And I can't wait to see Maisie and Arthur again. Absolutely looking forward to it. And of course, Charlotte and Andy. It will be lovely. It seems like ages. So that's what we're up to. And of course, I'm going to try and get in a bit more crafting. I want to do a video on my peacock journal. I'm busy with my bespoke journal and doing off camera for a lady that asked me for one. So I feel a bit under pressure actually. Crafting is my hobby at the moment. It's not my business, obviously, because I've got a full-time job, but I think I've put myself under a bit of pressure. But you know, it helps with the creative juices, I suppose. So anyway, that's enough waffling from me. Take care everyone, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.